the Kentucky State Police trainer. Apparently, he leans on some two important figures for him. They played a significant role in his life, and he feels like he needs to, these are people he can learn from for his class material. And those people, Caleb, Adolf Hitler and Robert E. Lee, for class
Ah,
material for police training.
two
So,
paragons of
huh?
morality.
Yes. Fucking
Yeah,
quite odd, really. These state police
yeah.
officers are leaning on these people, Adolf fucking Hitler and Robert E. Lee. It's crazy. Like,
Out of everyone,
like of
out of
course,
anyone you could have picked.
like of course though.
Yeah,
Republicans. They're
obviously.
all gunning for Trump. Fucking police officers. They always vote Republican. Majority of police
Yeah.
officers they always vote Republican. But I think it's kind of a mask off that this fucking Kentucky State police trainer is like just like yeah, it's like I fucking love Hitler.
Right. I just want to ask that guy, like, what about him? Like I always hear this
What?
conservative talking
Yeah.
point, like, oh, he was a great speaker, like he
Mm.
got things done. And it's like, well, which things was he speaking about, and which things did he get done that you like? You know what I mean?
Was it
Like people
the
always say these
concentration
general
camps?
things.
Like what'd you like
Yeah,
about that?
exactly. Yeah, like, oh, he just had the will to do things for Germany. He cared about Germany. It's like, I mean, yeah, he cared about Germany to like, but it was his own warped vision
Yeah.
of what Germany should be, not like
It's
a good
it's
thing.
funny too because the "Make America Great Again" I'm pretty sure was a parallel to what Hitler was doing. He was
Yeah,
trying to make Germany great again.
exactly. And he harkened back to the pre World War One era, back before like Germany had a huge economic downturn
Mm.
because of the treaty
Yeah, the
that they signed.
Versailles. Yeah,
Right, the
Tree
Versailles
Versailles.
Treaty. And like he saw in many ways, like Trump does with the civil rights movement, for example. Like he saw the Versailles Treaty and the whole like economic stagnation that they faced. He looked at that and he went, it's the Jews and the gypsies and the brown people and the gay people. Like that was his answer to it,
Mm.
rather than the correct answer, which would have been probably communism.
Mm.
But it's crazy to me that that it's okay socially to be like, oh yeah, I look up to Hitler.
Yeah.
How can you have a job after you say something like that?
I mean, hopefully, like after this fucking came out, this guy's no longer a fucking police trainer. But it just goes to
Yeah.
show you, bro. Fucking ACAB, of course. Like
Oh
they're
yeah.
getting trained like this. We've already did we covered like warrior training on a previous episode, where it's this
Yeah.
aggressive form of policing. Fucking it's essentially shoot first, ask questions later.
Exactly. It's a method that they use to protect themselves because if you can't defend yourself if you're dead, right? So,
Yeah,
and we've talked about this a lot on pod, so we don't want to beat it to death, but it's a very important thing to realize
yeah. Fuck
is that the
cops.
police are gonna kill you
And
if they want to.
like what material do you think they're going over? It's like how to execute someone with just
Yeah, which
like a
passage
sharp
of Mein
fingernail.
Kampf? Yeah, which passage of Mein Right, yeah, it's like
Like
what are they referring to
yeah,
exactly?
like
I don't know,
Robert
man.
E.
It's hard
Lee.
to
It's
say.
like a failed. Those fucking guys lost.
What did he even do? Like besides
I mean, I know he
the
was a
Civil War shit,
general.
right? Right, yeah, but like besides that, what was he known for? I mean, of course, like that's pretty big,
I don't
like
fucking
obviously,
know.
but does he have any
He's a
redeeming
fucking
qualities at
loser.
all?
I mean,
Yeah,
surprisingly, there's a whole fucking mountain monument to this dude.
yeah,
A whole monument. It's like it's kind of weird to a person who was trying to protect slavery. There's a whole a monument, fucking on this huge ass monument on this mountain in Georgia, that I went
yeah,
to, and that because my parents wanted to like we were like looking at this cave and apparently this was nearby. It was like one of the first mountains like I ever saw in like the United States because there's like Florida's very flat terrain. Not really a lot of like big
I've never
tall
thought about
things in
that.
here.
You've not seen many mountains, huh?
Yeah,
I live in a mountain, so
yeah. Like the
everything's
only
a
mountains
mountain
I've
to
ever
me.
seen like are in Ecuador and of course that mountain I saw in Georgia.
Yeah,
And I saw some canyons and over near the west coast. But
some holes,
some
some
holes in the
risers.
ground.
Speaking of mountains, though,
Yeah.
we should blow. Well, maybe I shouldn't say it like this, but
Yeah.
wouldn't it be interesting if someone else blew up Mount Rushmore?
It would be very interesting to see Mount Rushmore gone and blown
Yeah,
up. It would be definitely interesting to see.
I was learning about Mount Rushmore and like how basically it was like a holy area for like the Native Americans who lived there,
Hmm.
and they basically just stole it and carved the mountain without permission. Like they lied and like stole the land and shit. Like
Yeah.
and it's people like Native Americans who still practice that like I don't know whether to call it a religion or like a tradition or
Mm.
whatever. Not that there are many of them left, but like they basically go to this holy area and they see the face of all these fucking imperialist rapers and killers just
Mm-hmm.
carved into their
Colonist, yeah.
holy land. Like how fucked is that?
Yeah, it's definitely
Crazy.
fucking horrible, but you know, we're fucking liars. We break any treaties that we signed with the Native
Right.
Americans. But you know, there was another story we also covered about how like Oklahoma is now like half reservations now,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah, and
fucking pog.
during the Obama era too, like there was a huge lawsuit by some tribe I don't remember, and I
Mm.
don't want to say the wrong one. So you can look this up, but there was a big lawsuit over whether the government legally was required to give like back payments on all the treaties basically that they broke,
Mm.
and they ruled against, like they ruled for the Native Americans, but it was like at a like 1/1000th of the value of the like stolen property that we stole.
Mm.
You know, like they had to basically settle for like 1/100th of what they actually were supposed to get
Yeah.
because the U.S. government just said, "Nope, you're gonna take this or you're not gonna get anything,"
Yep.
and so they were forced to just accept the deal, which is so
Honestly,
fucked.
fucking monsters. Like
Yeah.
we came here, stole their fucking land, and you know, you're not gonna get anything for it. And also
Yeah.
your
It feels.
culture, deleted. We're gonna assimilate you
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
remove that shit, which is
But you
very
can
sad.
have your culture in this little area, but make sure never to
Yeah.
leave. Oh, and also like you have to pay taxes, but you don't get shit in
Yeah.
return. Hell yeah.
So have fun with that shit.
Yeah.
But that's we